Welcome! Here's what's expected to happen in Wicked Part 2, for good. Full spoilers ahead. 1. The fashion. Elphaba's wardrobe shows her journey from misunderstood outcast to empowered witch. At first, she wears constricting black outfits with high collars and heavy fabrics, echoing her grief and society's judgment. As she grows into her power, her look transforms into looser silhouettes, tailored trousers, and a sweeping coat. Her iconic hat also evolves, taller and more commanding. Costume designer Paul Tazewell notes that her new overcoat connects to Fiero's lineage, featuring a black-to-blue ombre velvet cape with tribal spiral motifs. This evolution mirrors Elphaba's emotional arc and key musical moments, grounding her while showcasing her full strength. Glinda. Glinda's wardrobe mirrors her growth from a light-hearted lady to a mature leader. In the first Wicked film, her style features voluminous skirts and layers of sheer tulle and organza, capturing her youthful sparkle. In the sequel, her look evolves with pieces like a blue and lilac fairytale gown. Costume designer Paul Tazewell describes Glinda's style as Dior meets Marie Antoinette, with shimmering fabrics, butterfly motifs, and nature-inspired embroidery. Her butterfly-embroidered wedding gown, complete with a flowing veil, symbolizes her transformation and newfound depth. Supporting characters. Madame Morrible. Her costumes radiate authority and mystery. The fabrics and details incorporate weather and storm motifs, such as lightning-like embroidery, to reflect her magical influence over Oz. Fiero. His wardrobe also mirrors his transformation. Early in his journey he appears in more relaxed attire. As he becomes entangled in the political and emotional stakes of Oz, his uniform becomes structured and ceremonial, featuring dense gold braid, a military-style tunic and cape. Nessarose. Even small details carry meaning. While fewer specifics are publicly confirmed, the design for her character, including the silver slippers with tornado heel detail, ties her visually into Oz's larger mythos and the chaos surrounding her fate. 2. Key locations of Oz. The Emerald City. Glinda continues to reside in the opulent palace of the Emerald City, enjoying the privileges and visibility of her elevated position. The city itself radiates grandeur and splendor, serving as both a center of power and a stage for political and magical intrigue. Elphaba's lair. Now branded as the Wicked Witch of the West, Elphaba is forced into exile. She retreats to a remote castle in the Winky Country, a place as imposing and mysterious as the woman who inhabits it. Here, she confronts her new reality, finding both solitude and the strength to grow. The Ozian Forest. During her exile, Elphaba spends time in the forest, navigating its shadows to evade the furious army that hunts her. The forest becomes a sanctuary and a crucible, shaping her resilience and connection to nature. Munchkinland. Elphaba arrives here to discover her sister Nessarose dead, and the magical silver shoes missing, the result of the tornado engineered by Madame Morrible. The village serves as a scene of grief, revelation, and pivotal plot shifts. The Wizard's Palace. The grand and deceptive domain of the Wizard Palace is central to the second film. Its opulent halls and hidden secrets begin to unravel as Elphaba, Glinda, and the people of Oz confront the forces controlling the land. White Desert National Park. Parts of the movie were reportedly filmed in Egypt's White Desert, introducing a striking new desert landscape into the world of Oz. While the exact on-screen role of this desert remains unconfirmed, rumors suggest it may represent the Deadly Desert in Oz lore, a barren frontier beyond the known lands, offering a dramatic backdrop. 3. The songs. The sequel features at least 10 musical numbers, blending beloved classics with new original songs by Stephen Schwartz. I'm Not That Girl. Reprise. Glinda's introspective solo, revealing her doubts and heartbreak as she reflects on her choices. As Long as You're Mine. A passionate duet between Elphaba and Fiero, expressing their deepening love and defiance. No Good Deed. Elphaba's powerhouse solo, capturing her turmoil, guilt, and the cost of her defiance. March of the Witch Hunters. Led by Bok, this stirring ensemble number shows the Ozians turning against Elphaba, driving the story toward its climax. There are 2 new songs that further expand the story's emotional depth. Glinda's new solo, The Girl in the Bubble, reveals her vulnerability and struggle behind her perfect image, showing a Glinda we've never seen before. Elphaba's new song, title unconfirmed, but described by Schwartz as vital to the sequel, it gives Elphaba a raw emotional moment to confront her fate and choices. According to composer Stephen Schwartz, the 2 new songs were written because the storytelling requires it, ensuring the music evolves with the characters' journeys. 4. Young Glinda. Scarlet Brielle brings young Glinda to life, giving audiences a rare glimpse into the formative years of the character. Through flashbacks and introspective sequences, storytelling elements new to the film adaptation, viewers see Glinda before her days at Shiz University. These moments illuminate her upbringing, early insecurities, and the experiences that shaped the sunny, perfectionist persona she adopts. Her internal drive for admiration and approval offers a deeper understanding of who Glinda truly is beneath her polished exterior. 5. The tragic end of Nessarose. After her father's sudden death, Nessarose becomes governor of Munchkinland, stepping into a leadership role for which she is ill-prepared for, and is burdened by grief and resentment. Once reliant on her sister Elphaba, Nessarose now harbors bitterness toward Elphaba for not using her magic to save her. Grief, combined with feelings of abandonment, she fosters a deep bitterness and resentment that shapes her harsh rule. In an effort to win the affection of Bok, who does not love her in return, Nessarose tries to cast a love spell from Elphaba's grimoire. The spell misfires, shrinking Bok's heart and leading Elphaba to transform him into the Tin Man in order to save his life. Nessarose is ultimately killed when a tornado, actually conjured by Madame Moribble as part of a larger plot, sends Dorothy Gale's house crashing down onto her. Thus ends Nessarose's arc. 6. Elphaba and Glinda, the final rift. After Nessarose's death, Elphaba is consumed by grief and anger, and is convinced that goodness is powerless against Oz's corruption. She blames the wizard, his regime, and even Glinda for the loss of her sister and the system's cruelty. What began as a deep friendship between 2 idealistic young women turns into a painful divide. Elphaba accuses Glinda of complicity and complacency, while Glinda condemns Elphaba's descent into vengeance and fear. Their rift becomes more than personal. It's a clash of ideals: Elphaba's rebellion against injustice versus Glinda's belief in reform from within. In the end, their conflict defines the moral heart of Oz, where love, loyalty, and power collide. 7. Nessarose's shoes. In the stage musical, after Nessarose's tragic death, Glinda gives Nessarose's enchanted shoes to Dorothy. In L. Frank Baum's original book, the shoes were silver, but later adaptations, most famously the 1939 film, depicted them as ruby. In the movie, however, the silver slippers hold deeper meaning for Elphaba. They represent her final, tangible connection to her sister. Obsessed with retrieving them, Elphaba pursues Dorothy not for power, but out of rage, desperation, and the aching need to reclaim her sister's memory. Dorothy, unaware of the slipper's true history, doesn't understand the weight of grief driving Elphaba, nor the complicated, strained relationship between Elphaba and Glinda. By receiving the slippers, she becomes an unwilling participant in their conflict. 8. Fiero's tragic fate. Fiero's story is one of quiet tragedy. A man caught between duty, love, and the chaos of a crumbling world. Initially carefree and shallow, his love for Elphaba awakens a deeper purpose, a desire to protect, to stand against injustice, and to fight for something greater than himself. After defying the wizard's regime to protect Elphaba, Fiero is captured by the guards and brutally tortured. Desperate to save him, Elphaba turns to a forbidden spell meant to transform, not heal. Thus, the magic surges beyond her control, and once the spell ends, the man she loved is gone. In his place stands the Scarecrow, his body stuffed with straw, his skin pale and lifeless, yet somehow still moving. His mind fragmented, his memories scattered like hay. Once a fearless prince, Fiyero now wanders Oz as a fragile guardian, unaware that the witch he once loved is the reason he still breathes. 9. Dorothy Gale's face will not be shown in Wicked for Good. Director John M. Chu explains, "I didn't want to step on who you think Dorothy is in whatever story you came into this with. This is still Elphaba and Glinda's journey, and she is a pawn in the middle of all of it. I personally believe this is a good choice. It's a thoughtful choice. By keeping Dorothy partially unseen, the film preserves her mystery and universality, allowing audiences to project their own ideas of who she is. More importantly, it keeps the emotional storytelling where it belongs. On Glinda and Elphaba intertwined destinies." 10. Glinda and Elphaba final goodbye. For Good reunites Glinda and Elphaba one last time in the ruins of Kiamo Ko. A moment filled with heartbreak, forgiveness, and quiet understanding. Glinda comes seeking peace, and though their exchange begins in anger, it ends in acceptance. Both women realize they've been shaped by the same longing for justice and love, even as their paths diverge forever. As the mob closes in, they share their final duet titled For Good, performed with raw emotion and tenderness. Director John M. Chu frames the scene with striking contrast. Chaos and fire rage outside, while inside, Glinda and Elphaba stand in a fragile moment of calm. When Elphaba vanishes, Glinda is left alone, grieving but resolute. She steps into leadership not as a symbol of perfection, but as one carrying both the burden of truth and the hope of redemption. In conclusion, Wicked for Good promises to expand the world of Oz in breathtaking ways, blending familiar magic with new stories, songs, and emotional depths. Through Elphaba's evolving wardrobe, Glinda's refined elegance, and the symbolic details of supporting characters, fans will see character growth mirrored visually and narratively. The sequel's richly imagined locations, from the Emerald City to Elphaba's remote lair, set the stage for conflict, heartbreak, and reconciliation, while both classic and brand new songs deepen the emotional journey. At its heart, the story explores love, loyalty, and the personal cost of standing against injustice. I know we're all excited to watch Wicked for Good on the big screen. The movie hits theaters on November 21st. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more content.